you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong.
Well, here's a really nice trip that starts in Bisley, goes all the way to Aldershot, and then around back again via the Basingstoke Canal. So it's got sort of three separate sections. We've got the top loop, the middle loop and the bottom loop. The top loop is one that you could cut out depending on where you start, and you can find a variety of different routes. You just got to get to the Basingstoke Canal. The middle bit goes around the firing range, and you'll see that that's got the canal towpath. That's two sides of a triangle, and then there's the bit around the lakes at the bottom, which is the land reclamation stuff near, sort of on the edge of the valley for Blackwater. But thing to make sure is that you avoid the military firing range. So here we are, we're starting in Bisley, we hit the canal, we work all the way along, and then we turn around, a little stop there at the canal centre, and then once we get to around the lakes, we head our way off, and then we go around the edge of the military firing ranges and then back up to Bisley. But we just come back a different way just for the fun of it, really, as much as anything else. So three little loops, little short 18-miler, and not hard at all. So we're just heading down Limecroft Road from the Garibaldi, because we always start there, and then down Stafford Lake Road. You've seen us do this a few times before, and pretty gravelly down there, so watch out, mind your tyres, mind the potholes, but we'll soon be on a bit of road for a second and then back onto the gravel of the towpath. So this is Queen's Road, and as we said before, please don't park down here. There are other places to park that we'll come to, and probably one of the easiest is the green in Purbright. So we turn left here. There's a bit of parking up on the left there at the edge of Sheets Heath, but that's really for dog walkers. We're going to hit the canal here. Best not park at the entrance there because there's building work going on, and we're going to spend some time on the canal. So we've certainly done this bit many times in previous videos, but we'll follow our way along if this is the first time you've ever seen us. And while you're here, why not just click that like thumbs up at the bottom, and also click the subscribe button, and well worth hitting the little bell icon as well to subscribe, to be notified. So we're heading our way through past the Greenfisher territory, if you're into Greenfisher, why do I keep calling it that? Kingfisher territory, and some beautiful pollarded old trees. Work our way through, and you'll notice I think that they've refilled it by now up here. Yep, this was all drained off last time we came. So they've been doing some work, and one of the things you'll notice now that's different is the towpath has been surfaced most of the way along here. So this was all really disgusting mud last time, and you'll now notice that we're on much better quality surface. So they've now resurfaced it, and it makes all the difference. It really does, particularly in the winter. This section here was horrendous, but now it's pretty much perfect. And here we are, we're at the pub. So just over the other side of that bridge is where the pub is. We're waiting for the traffic lights, and now we're back on the canal towpath and working our way through. Now as well, the last time we came down here they were doing some tree work and we had to leave the path, but today we're able to stay onto it right up to the end. And we're going to go a little bit further as well than we've been in the past. So we're working our way through now. You don't have to stop here, but this is the Basingstoke Canal Centre, and we stopped here. Here's a little bit of footage, and then we're back over the little swing bridge, which may be closed because they do close it, and then we go under the tunnel. Don't be tempted to try and descend by getting across the road after the Basingstoke Canal Centre, because you'd have to carry your bike down steps. So we're working our way along past the big open pool. That's another place where you can stop. I think there's some parking just behind. Great place to stop for if you've got sandwiches, but there's plenty of pubs on the way as well. So we're going to head our way up here, underneath various railway bridges, past more large pools. There's quite a lot of bat work that was done around here actually. If you're into bats and wildlife, then quite a lot of surveys were done back in the late 80s and early 90s. So we're going to follow our way along, keep going on here, and you'll see that it's actually, you can get a tremendous distance away. So here we are in Ash, I think, or Ash Vale, but instead of coming off like we did last time, we're just going to keep going. We're following the canal on our left, and there's a few gravel workings, and here we are now on the aqueduct. So the aqueduct here crosses over the main road, and you can see it shown there, and this is where the river and the canal, well, the canal goes over the top of the river and the A331. So here we can see, so we just zoom in. So that's quite an interesting point, and it's quite a good marker for where it is you're going, but we can carry on. Lots of fishing lakes on our right and the canal on our left, and you can see they're quite different heights. One's well above the other. And so we get to this point. Now this, you cannot go under the bridge, so I just wanted to show you that. So what we're going to do is come out, and we turn right in this road, and we're heading round in that second loop. Now we head down here, and this is where we ummed and ahed, and we decided that we weren't going to go that way. We retraced our steps back towards the roundabout, and there's a little tiny footpath that leads off. So it's just literally after coming off that roundabout, and we get to this join, and we're going to follow the made up path. This follows a little stream all the way along, part of the Blackwater, I think, over a fancy bridge and a little wildlife centre that's been built here. And we stopped, had a little look and a little chat, and we're going to go right at this point, hence my finger. So just want to see Dog's Mercury and a lot of other wildflowers all the way around. Now we get to this long green fence with what looked like a bit of military land on the right, and we're going across an old military road that runs parallel with the main road, and then round the test centre, which is all closed off. There's a couple of businesses in there, and I wouldn't mess with the people that run it by the look of it. So we're heading our way down. Now this is a little bit of urban, and there's all factories and things here on the outskirts of town. Follow our way around under the bridges, and then we're going to get back onto essentially the military land on the edge. So we're following this path here, and we're going to head up back past the pillbox and over the top of the hill here, and this is getting right up to the firing range, and you'll see that the gate is shut, and that's because the red flags were up. So if the red flags are down, you can go through that gate, but because they were up, we've got to stick to the outside. So we're running parallel now with this fantastic road. So the road we're on is dusty and there's more of a path, but there's a fantastic road on the right hand side that when the flags are down, it's worth going. But red flags are up. I had to push our way up the tandem up this one. That gate was again shut, so we had to push our way back up the next bit. Too steep for a tandem, and then work our way along. So we're following this parallel for quite a way, really. It's much better if the flags are down. So here we go, working our way up to the end until we rejoin the road. So follow it along. A bit of forestry on our left, over the cattle grid, and we've got the old Bisley road straight ahead of us, which takes us back to that pub where we crossed the bridge when we were on the canal. But this time we're now just heading back towards Pirbright, so work our way down to the tunnel, and you'll see that coming up. This is downhill quite quickly. There's the tunnel on our left, but we just turn right, head back towards Pirbright. Past the pub on our right, which is coming up any minute now, and the military camping ground. And I don't know quite what's happened there, but our picture disappeared. And then we're going to just go through this little tunnel and back onto the Basingstoke Canal. Why did we do that? Well, because it's better than sticking on the road. So we went underneath the tunnel, and now here we are back where we joined the canal. But this time we're going to stay on the canal and head away along. We could go up to Brookwood traffic lights on the 322, but instead we're going to do something completely different. We're going to actually bypass the road to Sheets Heath, because we've never done this before. We've gone through Sheets Heath, and now a little bit down here we're going to turn left across Brookwood Farm, work our way down. This is a relatively new path, and it takes us up towards the junction opposite Sainsbury's in Brookwood. There it is, the junction, and there's lots of different ways that we can get back from there. So we're just going to take the quickest route, which is not the ideal, but it takes us back to the Garibaldi along here, and there we go, the Garibaldi is on our right. So summary of our route, we've got here the 3 loops, the local one which you can just use to get onto the canal, then we've got the canal, which is that top part of that middle triangle, and then we've got the bottom bit. So here is our Komoot page. You can download a GPX file if you want to retrace our routes, but please like and subscribe to this video. It really helps us if you hit the subscribe button and if you do a like, because it tells other people who are looking for cycle routes in the area what you like and what you don't. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next trip. We may be heading outside of the area and working our way towards Devon, I think. Take care and bye.